Cool. All right, so I believe we're live now. Okay, cool beans. So it should pop up on Cincinnati Herald's Facebook page. Okay, yeah, it's up there. You guys see it?
Yes, I see it.
So feel free to go ahead and share that on your personal page so people can tune in. So feel free to go ahead and share that on your personal page so people can tune in. Cool.
So you know we.
So feel free to go ahead and share that on your personal page. People can. So we're live here.
So you know
we may experience a delay.
And make sure you turn your volume down so it's not like an echo.
Right.
Okay. But I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure you turn your volume down so it's not like an echo.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Alrighty. All right, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cincinnati Herald's Influencers, a weekly talk show to share young voices. It's your girl, Nailah Edwards. I am one of the influencers, and I will be your morning host today. My show is about introducing you to the amazing, talented, and hardworking youth of Cincinnati, as well as speaking on influential topics that are important for our younger generation. So this morning, I will be hosting a very special Women's History Month / Her Story Month show. I'll be introducing you to some of the former and current Miss Black Cincinnati and Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winners. I've been able to gather some of the winners from all the way back in 1980 and 1990 when the pageants first started. And also a fun fact, your host today was a former Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winner in the year of 2015, as you can see right there. So the point of this show today is to give all the former and current Miss Black Cincinnati and Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winners a chance to tell you about their story and to tell you how the pageants impacted their lives. These pageants have obviously been around for many years, and many ladies have participated in the pageants over the years, but I have Mr. Robert Humphreys, founder and producer, and Mr. Donald Sherman, the director, who are both here with us today, and they will fill you in about the history and the future of the pageants. But first, before we get into hearing from these amazing queens and kings, just some housekeeping. I'd like to remind you to check out the Cincinnati Herald this week. You can pick up a copy of the newspaper at your local newspaper stand. You can also go to thecincinnatiherald.com and subscribe to get mail delivery. And during the show, please feel free to react, comment, and share, and ask as many questions as you wish. So without further ado, I would like to welcome you all. It's an honor to have you on my show today, and it's a privilege to know you and to be in the royalty family. And I'm very excited to be able to chat with you about the pageants and your life journeys. So to kick things off, we have Mr. Robert Humphreys on here, founder and producer of the pageant. So Mr. Humphreys, can you go ahead and just, introduce yourself, tell us about the Miss Black Teen and Miss Black Cincinnati pageants. And I believe I said it earlier in the conversation, but like, when did it start and how did it come about? I think you're on mute, Mr. Humphreys. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Dad. Hold on, Mr. Humphreys, you on mute. I don't want you to get too carried away. Hold on, I think I can unmute you. Hold on 1 second. I got you.
Nailah while Mr. H is working on his technical difficulties. Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Sierra. I'm the president of RALH pageants. The alumni members that are all here are waiting for our leader. So I'm just going to share really quick, and then he'll go over the pageant. There he goes. Mr. H, you're there.
Am I there now?
You're
Can
good.
you hear me?
You can talk now.
Okay. Good morning, Nailah, and out to all the Miss Black Cincinnati and Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winners, and to our guest alumni and Mr. Sherman. I would like to first begin. My journey goes back to 1979 when I had 78 when I had the privilege of judging, Mr. Tom Pillard's the Howell Jackson Talented Teen Pageant a couple of years, and that was going on back in the 70s. And I had the opportunity to judge Miss Black Ohio, which was a part of the Miss Black America program. And I spoke to the state director during that time when I was up there in Toledo, and we talked about doing a pageant here in Cincinnati. And since there was no pageant for young women at that time, for the ages of 18 to 24, 25, and I became a franchise, with the Cincinnati to do a preliminary pageant, for the Miss Black Ohio, Miss Black America pageant, which I did do the first time, which was in, I want to say, June of 1980. And I'd like to thank, like I said, Mr. Tom Pillard was doing the Howell Jackson Teen Pageant, who was an influence, on my guidance, with the Miss Black Cincinnati pageant. That's the first pageant took place at the Omni Netherlands Hilton Hotel, in the Grand Ballroom. And the first winner crown, was, I told you about short term. Lucinda Bobo was the first Miss Black Cincinnati, and the Miss Black Teen Cincinnati pageant. I created that one in the year 1990. And that took place at Taft High School's auditorium with Malika Robinson being crowned the first Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winner. I don't want to get to talking too long because I know you only got a certain amount of time.
Thank you for sharing that.
Y'all know when I get to talking, I'll be talking too long.
Thank you.
Yes.
We also have Mr. Donald Sherman, who's the director of the pageant, and he's over the Cincinnati Black Theater Company, who hosts our pageant. So, Mr. Sherman, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I'd like to just say thank you so much for this opportunity, Nailah, as well as to Mr. Dr. Bishop Robert Humphreys and all the lovely ladies that has inspired so many people. It's a wonderful opportunity to. I told Mr. Humphreys when I first started, I was like got interested as I was standing outside trying to get in because the pageant was kind of sold out. It was very successful, and so to start outside trying to get in, couldn't get a ticket, Then I want to be a part, I wanted to just see it. So once I got that opportunity to get inside and see what was going on, was able to meet Dr. Humphreys, and so we formed a relationship from there. And there was so many wonderful things that I heard about him, and I came and thought it was even better once I became connected. But yes, I just wanted to say it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of the pageants, or RLH Unlimited organization. It's a wonderful organization, and I'm just happy that the Cincinnati Black Theater Company is partners with them. And so just thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Sherman. We also have Ms. Sharon, who is over the Alumni Association. So she coordinates all of the former Miss Black Cincinnati and Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winners. So Ms. Sharon, can you say a couple words for us? You're on mute, by the way, just to let you know. Did you hear me? Hold on. You're on mute, Ms. Sharon.
As I did, Mr. Humphreys. I did, Mr. Humphreys. Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Sierra, and it's so good to be here. And thank you, Nailah, for having us. And to Mr. Humphreys and Mr. Sherman, you all just inspire me daily in your dedication, and the ladies as well. So I'm just gonna make it quick. This is the 41st year of Miss Black Cincinnati, yay, and the 31st year of Miss Black Teen Cincinnati. And I'm pleased to announce that we will be staging our pageant October the 2nd, 2021. And yay, come on, ladies. I mean, that's a blessing, right? I mean, I give glory to God and to Mr. Humphreys and Mr. Shorman's determination. You ladies are sponsors. We are truly blessed to be a pageant that's based on empowerment, education, poise, grace, and talent. And I'm thankful, but I just wanted to make that announcement. We will be sending out reminders, and we are hoping, even if you're not local, that you will participate and give your talents. More than 900 women have come through this pageant. Doctors, lawyers, judges, homemakers, teachers, educators, nurses who now own their own urgent cares, politicians, from the White House, from Mr. Humphrey's door to the White House and beyond. These ladies have gone out into the global community and made impacts. And I know that I was totally impacted by the pageant. I was like, just loving my life until I realized just how beautiful her story is as a union.
1981.
Oh, Mr. Humphrey, you be telling my age to everybody. I'm trying to get a husband. Stop. So, so you'll be getting reminders and notifications. And also, the Cincinnati Herald has agreed to feature past pageant participants on their journey and how they've been influenced by the influencers of our community. See how I wrap that all together. So I will be reaching out to most, if not all of you, and asking for your participation bios and photos. Peace.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon. So now I want to pass it off to some of the queens, the former queens, and then we have our current queen here with us, Ms. Era Samuels. But I would like for Ms. Mika Owens to kick us off. So just introduce yourself, let us know what year you were, and tell us a little bit about your life journey and career.
Oh my goodness. Well, one, I just want to say thank you so much, Nailah, for getting us all together today. Mr. Humphreys, oh my goodness, you are a surrogate dad to so many women. You have uplifted us, and we are so grateful, and we are honored to be here. Mika Owens, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati, 1994. Oh my goodness. My journey was, and this is a reminder about how it takes a village, right? And that's what you've done, Mr. Humphreys. I was about to say Dr. Humphreys, Dr. Mr. Dad. But it takes a village. And I'll never forget that, my mom and my martial arts instructor, who is also a very integral person in my life, were listening to The Wiz. They heard, oh my goodness, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati is coming. We are looking for young women to apply. And I'll never forget my mom and my sensei. They're like, Mika, you should do this, right? So it takes those people to encourage you to take that step forward. And wow, what an amazing difference it has made in my life, and what an integral part of my life. So a little bit about my life story, and then I'll get to Miss Black Teen, the pageant, and my experience. But, I grew up here in Cincinnati. I was very active as a child, played sports, all these things. I was so active that my mom said, you know what, Mika, you are very talkative in class. Maybe we should try martial arts, right? Try to contain this energy. And so martial arts was also a very fundamental place for my life. And so, again, one day they heard the news on The Wiz, and so I decided to take the leap forward. In Cincinnati, I, graduated from Purcell Marion High School. So I was a high schooler at the time that I won Miss Black Teen Cincinnati. Went off to Miami University, went off to Xavier University, started some small businesses in between, really grounded in community. And so I think these types of experience just helped to really expand that in life. And so for me, I worked with CPS and advocating for equitable transportation for students. And all throughout my life, I've always had this thread of uplifting women. So even in my business of Mary Kay, that root and empowerment and encouragement has always been there. And so I've kind of extended that in my life in the world of politics as well, where, just being inspired to show up and fight for things that you believe in, just like I'm sure Mr. Humphreys, this was something that you saw inspired to really uplift women. And so got involved, more involved in the community, was an organizer in 2016, organized in 2018, organized in 2020. And so walked into local government where just being inspired to do good things in the community. And kind of fast forward, because I know we all want to say our part, but now running for Cincinnati City Council. And I know that my experience as Miss Black Teen Cincinnati is a direct result of where I am today. I mean, about confidence, uplifting, and at a time when young people are often, really questioning their identity, who they are, confidence, all of those things, it came at such a right moment. And it's helped to certainly carry me forward through life. And so I'm just really honored to be with you, wonderful women, and so incredibly inspired by all of you.
Thank you for sharing, Mika. Miss Angela, would you like to briefly share your story and who you are?
All right. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Angela.
Of course, I'm happy to be here. Glad to even be a part of the number. My name is Angela Grayson. I am Miss Black Cincinnati 1995. And then we came back and we did Miss All Time Black Cincinnati in 2014. I was able to capture that title. My experience with the Miss Black Teen Cincinnati pageant, the Miss Black Cincinnati pageant, has always been more than enough. Let's say that ever since 1995 hit, it's like I never left it. I had that pageant bug, it bit me, and I have been infected ever since. Becoming a part of Mr. Humphrey's family and being able to call him dad has probably been one of the biggest pleasures, I would say, of my life. Being in the city and doing different things while I was Miss Black Cincinnati, it's always wonderful, but I think it's the family that has been created for me that has really afforded me much joy. I am actually a teacher. I teach for Cincinnati Public Schools. I've been a teacher for the last 21 years. I have 2 beautiful children, and I'm just trying to live my best and my blessed life. And anything I can do that ends up encouraging people and helping people is what I enjoy doing the most. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So if you want more, I got more, but I'll save it for later.
Okay, thank you, Miss Angela.
You're welcome.
Miss Norman, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. I am just so awesomely amazed and blessed and humbled to be here this morning. I send everyone greetings. If you want me, you can find me in the A. Shawty, we don't play. So y'all can find me in Atlanta. That is where I reside. And I was Miss Black Cincinnati 1997. Mr. H, I believe I was the one that coined the term. So everybody post 97 that refers to him as Mr. H. I don't even know how it started, but it maybe Humphreys just took too long to say, and I was just saying abbreviated Mr. H. And so I think that has stuck over the years. I too was not able, like Angela and Michelle, to be in the all-time pageant because I was traveling that time, but I sent a video, and I through the years have been able to host a couple pageants when I was in town, and have even made an effort to come back to town to host, which has been fantastic. I just wanted to say one thing before I pass it over back to our wonderful host this morning. This pageant and this experience and this space that Robert Humphreys created in Cincinnati was at a very pivotal time. And I think that he should deserve and deserves more accolades and exposure for what he has done and his indelible mark that he has made in the city of Cincinnati. So whether you won or not, just when Sharon said 900, almost 1,000 women over the years, not to mention families, Black businesses. I mean, Mr. H was personifying what Kwanzaa means: to uplift your community, to define ourselves for ourselves, to support Black economics and Black businesses. This was a time when Black women and Black pageant organizations across the country were really starting to say, hold on, I'm Black, I'm beautiful, my wide hips, my wide nose, my full lips, and my kinky hair. So we are beautiful just as we are, and we're not going to allow someone else to give us permission to be great. So, Mr. H, we want to tell you that, like, I'm speaking for the whole city of Cincinnati right now, okay? We want to tell you as an Ohioan that that was a very momentous and courageous and monumental work that you put in for, what did Sharon say? This year would be the 40th year. And even when it went down for a few years, you were able to resurrect it. And so we want to just love on you. We want to give you your flowers while you can smell them. This thing right here should be broadcast, not just in Cincinnati, but all over the country. And so we just want to say, in a time where we are unapologetically Black women who are proud and beautiful and present, that we acknowledge and thank you so much, because it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to do that. As many times that he used his own house, his own gas, his own car, his own personal resources. So those aren't things that we should take for granted. So in case you didn't know, I'm a professional speaker. What have I been doing for 25 years? I've been going all over the world. I am so blessed and fortunate to say I have spoken as a speaker in 45 of the 50 states and 14 countries across the globe, being able to change people's lives with the power of positive words. And so I'm excited to participate in this event. I am single with no children, so it is all about me all of the time, okay? So that's what has taken place over the last 25 years. Now, God may not be finished writing my story yet, so that's what the situation is right now. And lastly, Nailah, because y'all know I just keep it real. Angela, you're right. I haven't changed in 20 years. I just sent her a text like, we need to keep it to 2 minutes. And here I go over my 2 minutes. All right. But let me say this before I give it back to her. Holding it down, representing for the 90s queens. Hello, number one. And number two, my best and probably my most highlighted illumination of this experience was I had lost 5 pageants before I won Miss Black. Like, I was the consummate first runner up in everything I was in. And so this was an awesome experience for me to win a crown for a city. But even more than that, going to Nature's Little Secret. Raise your hand if you went to the British Virgin Islands, somebody, okay? If you got to go to the British Virgin Islands, which is paradise, I would say that that would have been the highlight of my experience. Okay, Nailah, I'm over my time, so thank you. I'm done. I'm doing on mute.
Thank you for sharing. Jamie, would you like to go next?
Well, greetings, everyone. My name is Jamie Fields Colvin. I was and am Miss Black Teen Cincinnati 1998. I will say that this has been the most humbling experience to see all of you queens here. Everybody from Angela to Tish to Sharon to Miss Michelle to, I'm seeing people who actually helped me. My story was not the whole, oh, I heard it on the radio and I wanted to do it. My story was I came kicking and screaming. Somebody said to me, you need to be a part of this pageant. I said, no. And I said, no, and no, and no, and no. I can't wear a dress. I can't do this. I can't do that. I remember having to stay after the rehearsals to learn to walk in my shoes. I don't know if Miss Michelle and Tish remembers that. I remember having to stay after the practice with Miss Sharon on how to stand still when I spoke. When I tell you I was the epitome of having to stay after school to learn to just be in the pageant, then to turn around and be the winner and so many other doors open. From there, I was introduced to debutante balls. I had been part of 2 of those. The doors and the blessings began to open and open and open and open. And it was a direct, I know for a fact and believe it in my heart, it was a direct correlation to the fact of being in the pageant. Like you said, Mr. Humphreys, Dad Humphreys, Brother Humphreys, has been a father, an activist, an uncle, an advocate for all of us. And when I say an absolute living witness, an absolute living example of an African-American father figure who has been able to father and pillar and be the patriarch in so many of our lives that it is not even funny. I will say that the one thing that the pageant taught me, which is the highlight of my life, is how to be a brown girl that roots for other brown girls. The pageant, if it didn't show me anything else, it showed me, honey, that we can be Black, we can be beautiful, we can be the epitome of brains and beauty coexisting in a brown girl. And that has stuck with me all of these years. It has taught me how to turn around and pull another one up. If I learned how to do this by the time I was 30 or 40, I want you to get it by the time you're 20 or 30. Then I want you to turn around and make sure she gets it by the time she's 20. Then I want you to turn around and make sure she gets it by the time she's 15. That's how you leave a legacy. That's how you break generational curses. And so my story, even right now, I am one of the, I probably think, I don't know if I am, but I didn't coin this, but a lot of people told me I was the first woman and African-American urgent care owner here in the city of Cincinnati. So by trade, I am a family nurse practitioner. And so I see you ladies. I am a family nurse practitioner, opened up the urgent care. It's called Community Urgent Care Plus. It's over on the west side in Western Hills. Address is 5082 Glen Crossing Way. The one thing that I pride myself on with being an urgent care owner is never turning anyone away. Whether you're insured, whether you're underinsured, whether you're uninsured, I don't turn anyone away. I see everyone that walks through the doors. And oftentimes I hear from those who have their own practices and even some doctors, some of the ones that didn't even want to help me in the whole birthing of this vision, you're not going to make much money. And my philosophy is that if you are passionate about it, the money will come. My thing is that all the time it's not about that. My gratification comes from empowering people who look like me on taking care of themselves, learning how to take the control back for your health. You are only as healthy as you are up here and in here. You are only the greatest gift, and this is my favorite quote by Miss Joyce Myers, the greatest gift that you can ever give your family and friends is a healthy you. So I've that's been the thing that I've lived by, and I just love it. I love seeing all you ladies. This whole thing is doing my heart so well. And Mr. Humphreys always knows that whenever he calls me, I don't care how busy I am, I'll make my way to get there. I will cancel something. I will leave somewhere early. I will close up if I have to get to what he needs me to do, because he has been an absolute father figure, pillar in my life. And I don't even have to speak for everybody, just in my life. Miss Shereen, she always looks back. I mean, when I tell you, she is yet and still teaching me how to be me. She is yet and still saying, okay, girlfriend, tighten this up. This is what we're looking for. And I'm telling you, the lifelong relationships that have been made with all of us. Just to see Monique, that was who I crowned coming out of my thing. I mean, I'm telling you, y'all, my heart is overjoyed. I love you all. I don't know if I even answered all the questions because I just went off on my tangent. But I love you all.
Love you too.
Thank you, Miss Jamie. Thank you for sharing that. Christiana, would you like to go next?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Christiana Tate. I am Miss Black Teen Cincinnati 2012. Let me see. My pageant experience, it was different for me. I wasn't a heel wearer. I wasn't a dress girl. I wasn't with the makeup. How times have changed. When I was in the pageant, I was also doing Cincinnati Black Theater Company's Black Nativity. So I missed a lot of practices trying to do both at the same time. And when they called my name as the winner, I was actually in shock because I felt so underprepared for the pageant going in. Coming out of it, I'm a mother. I am a mother of a 4-year-old. I own my own makeup business. I model. I also am working on my bachelor's degree in psychology to become an advocate for women who have dealt with domestic violence. The pageant definitely gave me confidence in myself that I didn't know that I didn't have. I'm very goofy. I'm very fun loving, and I felt very alone being that kind of person. And to become a part of the pageant and being able to showcase myself for all that I am, and that being received the way that it was, it gave me the push I needed to do more and be more. and like after, I mean, I haven't been a part of as much going to school and raising my child and everything, but I love everything that RLH Humphreys and the production stand for. I love the bond that I formed with past winners and winners that came after me. I don't know. Definitely was something to cherish for the rest of my life. I didn't do any other pageants going forward, but it definitely was a lifelong experience that I cherish so much. Hi, Pop Freeze.
Hey,
Thank you for sharing, Christiana. And she's a really great model, by the way. So if you haven't been to any of her fashion shows, definitely go see her. She's great. But let's see who's next. Era, would you like to go? Our current and reigning Miss Black Cincinnati. Let's go.
Sure. Hi, my name is Era, pronounced like Sarah with no S on it. As Nailah said, I am Miss Black Cincinnati 2019. We ended up not having a pageant in 2020 because the world exploded. So right now I'm still the sitting and reigning Miss Black Cincinnati. And how I got involved with the pageants, it's really interesting. I was actually singing at my auntie's church with Anointed Voices Gospel Choir because I was a student at NKU. And Mr. Humphreys approached my aunt and he said, I want her in my pageant. We're bringing this pageant back. You need to get her in this pageant. And so I was like, well, I've never done a pageant before. Cool, I might as well give it a shot. And then I ended up winning the pageant gratefully. One thing I took away from these pageants and seeing all of you and seeing girls that are going to come for the pageant in October is the importance of fellowship in the Black community. I didn't realize how much that both lacked in our community that we have now, but how important it is, especially among Black women, for all of us to fellowship with one another, to be able to uplift each other. I think Mika said something about that. The importance of uplifting each other it was Jamie, and being able to be in support of one another without seeing each other as competition. I loved all four of my pageant sisters. We were all so supportive of one another, including Nailah. I love this girl so much. We went back because the pageant it took a couple of tries for it to get going, but the support that she showed me and that the other girls showed me was incredible. And it really, again, solidified the importance of support in the Black community for me. Right now, again, since the world it's reviving itself, I graduated from Northern Kentucky University last May, and right now I am teaching at a private school.
Yes, thank you for sharing, Era. Miss Tracy, would you like to go next? You're on mute.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tracy Watson. When I was in the pageant, I was Tracy Taylor. In 1986, I was Miss Black Cincinnati, and it was such a joy and such a treat. And I give all praise and honor to God because He gave me the strength to go out in front of a bunch of women and the audience, and Mr. Humphreys gave me that opportunity because I'm a surviving burn victim, and so that was really a terrifying experience for me. But it broke down that barrier that I had within myself. I went on and I've done commercials and film, and I had my own production company and did plays and stuff like that, and did stuff with the NAACP, Call Me a Man, and just trying to encourage Black young men and women to realize your value and your worth. It's in who you are. It's who you are, and it doesn't go away, and nobody else can define you but you. So you sit back and you say, okay, thank you through the pageant to be able to open up me to feel more courageous and more empowered in spite of, people when I was younger saying, oh, you've got these burns, you've got these scars, you're ugly. No, it's an inner beauty that has to shine. And you realize that as you grow and you learn who you are, not who the world says you are, but who you are. And through my mom, I've got a fantastic mom. And Miss Mims. Miss Mims is fantastic back then. And working with the pageant and everything that she did with Mr. Humphreys was just phenomenal. To make sure that we all were well groomed and that stage poise and just bringing out that self-confidence. And I sincerely thank you for that. I have two wonderful children. One graduated, she didn't have her graduation, but she's going to be on her way to med school. Praise the Lord. I give him all praise and honor. And also just in encouraging her to see who she is as a young Black woman, that she can do anything and there's nothing that's impossible, just the same as my son. I went on and now I teach, and I enjoy that immensely. So that's pretty much who I am and what I do. And Mr. Humphreys, you keep doing what you do, and the Lord continue to bless you in every endowment that venture that you go down to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Miss Tracy. Miss Sharonda, would you like to go next? You're on mute, just to let you know.
There we go. Hi, everybody.
Nice,
Hello.
Everybody's so uppity and all over the place, and everybody is just real excited today. I'm kind of monotone. I didn't wake up this morning feeling good, but I try to press through, and I'm here with you guys this morning. So you guys are real chirpy. I am Miss Black Cincinnati, Miss All-Time, Miss Former Black Cincinnati in 2014. I was the runner-up for Miss Black Teen Cincinnati in 1993. And it was a pivotal moment when I was able to come back and win the crown for Miss All-Time. It has definitely been a blessing to be a part of RLH Humphreys. It has created a platform for me to be able to walk and talk and to build confidence and to encourage other young ladies in the community. I wear my crown every day since the pageant. You know, nobody can tell me nothing that I cannot accomplish. That confidence actually really did come from the pageant. And I just thank Mr. Humphreys for the opportunity to be able to even give back and even work with the pageant and, you know, and be one of the coordinators, you know, and work with the girls. I absolutely love that. I love being a part of the Alumni Association, and I can't wait for us to get back in the groove of things. COVID has really hit us. But that's okay, because God is bigger than COVID. And so we're going to be able to embrace and bring our LH pageants back. I am the CEO of Epiphany Home Care at Best. I take care and serve the community of developmental disabilities and elderly care. And then I also own an adult day program. And coming in July, I'll be opening up Above and Beyond Planning Event Center. So I'm doing a lot. Like I said, RLH pageants have definitely boosted my confidence in the community, and I'm continuing to uplift, encourage other people as well. I do appreciate the lifelong relationships that has been created. You know, Mr. Humphreys and Sharon was there, and some of you all had reached out to me as well. I recently lost my daughter in December of 2020, and you know, Mr. Humphreys and Sharon, they were there, and it's like, honey, whatever you need, you know, they made sure that they support me, you know, through my trying times. So. And I just want you guys to continue to, you know, to pray for me as well as I'm, you know, praying for you all. But I absolutely love being a part of this organization, and I just want to just encourage young girls to get out there. You know, when you get in the pageant, just have fun. Just have fun. Just be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else, because we want to embrace our inner beauty. We want to embrace our Blackness and know that God has gifted you with, you know, with talents, and for you to be fearfully and wonderfully made. And you will press through. You will get something out of the pageant. If it's relationships, if it's confidence, if it's, you know, whatever it may be, give you the platform to move on somewhere else, you know, in your life. Just be that person, and just know who you are, and you'll do fine. You'll do absolutely fine. But I just want to thank you, Nailah, for this opportunity to be on here. And I love you guys. All of you guys look beautiful. Black don't crack, do it. Thank you.
No problem, Ms. Sharonda. Thank you. Miss Lisa Marie.
Hi, everybody. There's a lot of Black girl magic here. I am just so honored to be in the presence of such greatness from all the lovely ladies that are here, and Mr. Humphreys and Mr. Sherman. We have so much in common. I was in the Black Theater Arts Festival as well during the same time as the pageant, same day. So there's just so much aliveness that we all share. And I was inspired to compete in the pageant actually by watching Angela on stage. And I don't think this is something I shared before, but it was the last pageant I believe that I saw before I went away to college. And Angela was just a beautiful vision. And she sung, I believe, Wind Beneath My Wings, which is a song that my mom's favorite song that I had always played on the piano. And I'm like, it's a sign, I need to do this. And I went away to college and I stayed for graduate school. 6 years later, I came back and I remembered that. And I was inspired and motivated by her glory on stage. And so in 2000, I competed and I won Miss Black Cincinnati 2000. And I am the longest reigning Miss Black Cincinnati, like 20 years. But I am glad that it's back and that we have a new one here. And, you know, while I was in my career early on, because I was a new employee at the time to working in corporate America, I was working at Scripps Howard Broadcasting Company, and I won the pageant at the time. And my employer looked at me and was like, why are you here? You are an undergraduate journalism major. You should be at Channel 9 News. So the pageant boosted my career, and eventually I became a news reporter and started anchoring for CNN cut-in headlines at the station as well. And it qualified me to compete in the Miss Black USA pageant, which I also won Miss Black USA 2001. So the opportunities that came from Miss Black Cincinnati are just endless. And it's kind of a blur because I did so much as Miss Black Cincinnati that I can't even say that Miss Black USA was that much different. When I won the Cincinnati title, Jim Nippenberg, bless his heart, who was a reporter at the time for the Inquirer, did a double fold spread of my win. And the title said pageant winner on a mission. And that was just like a huge blessing and opportunity to me because my platform was going to become my mission. And I thank Mr. Humphreys for having the vision and believing that this pageantry opportunity was necessary to bring to the city of Cincinnati. And it's something that I will never, ever forget. And, you know, currently in my life, I live on the East Coast and I am a leader in corporate affairs. And I am so blessed to have an amazing husband that God sent to me, and we will be married 15 years in April. I was a child bride, y'all. I was like way too young to get married. And we have 2 children. I have a 3-year-old little boy and a beautiful 9-year-old daughter. And I am just so grateful for everything that God has put our way. And Mr. Humphreys is a prime example of to whom much is given, much is expected. And he's living by example. And I thank him for that. And we are blessed so that we can be a blessing to others. And I feel like all of us here are demonstrating that every day.
Thank you for sharing that, Lisa. Monique, would you like to go next?
Hello, everybody. I'm Monique White, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati 1999. It is definitely an honor to be here with a room full of dynamic women and listening to all of your stories about where you've been since the pageant is phenomenal. So kudos to everyone who is just out here living their best life and living her story, right? That's what we're here for, to celebrate and uplift and empower women, and hopefully empower other women with these stories of what you can achieve since the pageant. I know for me, the pageant just kind of fell on my lap. It wasn't something that I went and sought out. Michelle Hall, Esther at the time, unfortunately, she passed away recently, brought the pageant to me, and was actually one of the people who encouraged me, coached me, inspired me to want to participate in the pageant, along with Miss Michelle and Miss Sharon on those early Saturday morning sessions, and learning how to walk in heels and being poised, and having the confidence to go out on that stage. That was one of my first times competing solo, right, on a big stage. And so the pageant really did instill in me that confidence, that poise, and encourage me to want to go out and do more, because once you win this pageant, people recognize you for years to come. I can be in Kroger, I can be in someone else's church, I can be anywhere, and they'll be like, you look familiar. And I'm like, yes, maybe I do. And you don't necessarily look familiar to me. And they're, oh, you were in the pageant. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you might've been in the audience. That's awesome. But so people still recognize you. And so the pageant, it just speaks wonders to what it has done to the Cincinnati community, and uplifting little brown girls and women, brown women, to go out and just be their best selves. So for me, since the pageant, I went on to earn a bachelor's degree in public administration, a master's degree in organizational leadership, currently work for the city of Cincinnati, and a small business owner, which a lot of women here are small business owners, and you know how challenging owning your own business is. It's a commercial cleaning, wet sanitation company, and it's, you know, my baby now. So trying to grow and expand that business. But, you know, since the pageant, it definitely is, I learned some skills that are lifelong, and having confidence is definitely one of them. And Mr. Humphreys, thank you for putting this on, and being consistent in reaching out, no matter how many no's you may receive. I know over the years I've been kind of busy, but I am so happy that I've been able to sit in this room today and listen to all of your stories about where you've been. And I'm going to make it a point in the future to make sure that I can be a part of this alumni network and participate, because goodness gracious, you guys are dynamic, and I want to be in the room to feel your energy. So thank you again for having me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Monique. Ms. Michelle, would you like to go next?
Sure. First of all, I want to give honor to Mr. Humphreys, because Lisa, you said what I was thinking. Like, Mr. Humphreys has been drenching us with Black Girl Magic before Black Girl Magic was a term. And I'm so honored to be one of his daughters and to be in the number. I'm going to always say that I am his favorite, because he teaches, look at that, exactly, because he teaches that, and he treats all of us as if we are his favorite. So no matter when you're in his presence, you are the one. So right now, since I have the floor, I am the one. And I just would like to say that Mr. Humphreys has fundamentally changed my life, because I wasn't looking for pageants. I was a track runner, soccer player, cheerleader at school. Shout out to Mount Healthy High School, Angela, Grayson, and I. And we were a part of what is called the Black Cultural Workshop. Mr. Humphreys came to the school, shout out to Mrs. Ferguson, to recruit. And when I saw the table, because I am competitive, I went up to the table and I thought, I'm going to do this. I like to sing, I like competition. And so therefore I got into the pageant, and thus I ended up becoming Miss Black Cincinnati in 1989. That story in itself has some intricate parts in it. But as I reigned, Mr. Humphreys would never let me sit on the sidelines. After I reigned, I went to graduate school, and I got into a pageant. I became Miss Morehead State University, which was only the second Black person to do that. And then I turned around and was in the Miss Kentucky pageant, which was a preliminary for Miss America. And so Mr. Humphries was with me all along the way, every step of my life. I cannot continue without just saying a shout out to Don Sherman, who has forever been my big brother and has always stayed on me, has always supported me. And I would truly be remiss if I did not say my love, adoration, and appreciation for Mrs. Mims, because Mrs. Mims kept us on point. Right now, I am trying to over enunciate on purpose because I know she is listening. And ma'am, if I am messing up on any of these words, it's because I'm a little rusty, a little nervous because you're standing here, but nonetheless, your influence has been amazing. To tell you what I've been doing, I own a business called Gibson Consulting and Entertainment Group. It is like Tish Norman. I am a transformational speaker. I've been speaking actually since I was 17, and my first speaking gig was as Miss Black Cincinnati. That's what lit the fire for me. It was the worst presentation I had ever given, but it lit that fire. And now I am totally stoked about what I do. In addition to that, I coach women. I'm a purpose pusher. I help people to find their purpose. I push people into people, and I push people into profit. And I do that now through one of the programs that is my baby, which is called the Unstoppable Connection. It is where I connect women to empower them to shine their crowns, motivate, empower, and inspire. And in addition to that, my husband and I, my handsome husband, Curtis Gibson, we will be married 25 years this year. We have two beautiful children, one 18, one 22, both of them in college, doing really well. And we own a entertainment company, which is called Zoning Entertainment. And what we do is that we actually work with television, radio, and award shows, helping behind the scenes to make talent look extremely well. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I can tell you this, that if it had not been for this pageant, I would not be who I am. Mr. Humphries is my dad, number two. He has been there for me. Even when my father passed, he is now my father. He has taken that surrogate place, and I'm so blessed to have him. So thank you, ladies. It is an honor to be here with all of you and to see your faces.
Thank you, Miss Michelle, for sharing that. Next we can go with Miss Shanoa.
Hey, Shanoa.
Hi, hello everyone. Hello, Miss.
Oh no, where'd she go?
Shanoa.
Hold on, I think she dropped offline maybe. Well, in the meantime, we will go with
1994.
Miss Bridget.
Miss Black Cincinnati.
Did you say Bridget?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to share among all these beautiful, educated, lovely, just inspiring women of color on this program today. I just had a little technical difficulty with Zoom. And, I've said before, me and Zoom, sometimes we just don't get along. But nevertheless, it was suggested by my friend Angela to try it on my phone. So I think I am successful this way. But for me, being crowned Miss Black Cincinnati, 1981. It was, yes, it was life-changing for me back then. My family was involved all the way. I asked my parents if I could be in the pageant, and they said yes. My father, he worked full-time second shift, and he was our transportation, but I didn't have a way to get to the pageant rehearsals and all that. So I had a cousin and my brother. Did he have a car then? Somehow I got to the meetings and the rehearsals. But it was a wonderful experience for me, meeting all the beautiful young ladies around me, just making friends with that. And there was Shauna Williams, she and I went to the same high school. So, we were already friends. It was just a unique experience. I've always loved glamour and makeup, and I used to watch the pageants on TV. And it was just another opportunity that I said, yeah, I would love to do it. And so I was very excited about being in the pageant. And since being crowned Miss Black Cincinnati, well, wait a minute. My favorite part of being in the pageant, I've already stated, being with the young ladies, meeting them, sharing ideas and talents. And the other thing that was my favorite was performing. I love performing. I was a drill team member in high school. I did a talent show when I was in junior school, and I sang a solo, and without music, we went from the middle school across the street to the high school. And every time I got to the high part, everybody in the audience was like, here we go. But I went through it because I love singing, and I didn't care what other people thought back then. And I was just in the, I think, 7th grade. So I've always loved glamour and colors and clothes. And so being crowned Miss Black Cincinnati opened up a lot of opportunities for me for modeling professionally, locally and abroad. I met a lot of people, interesting people, celebrities, etc. Traveled over in the Asian countries, Japan, South Korea, Philippines. As a singer entertainer, I joined a band and we did contracts overseas. I enjoyed that. Also, I've participated in the last encore by Willie James Jones. I was a co-star in that production, a musical production. It was based on Motown, the Motown era. Also, I had some parts in Don Sherman's Cincinnati Black Theater's production of Dreamgirls. That was so much fun. I loved it. And Miss Era Samuels was also a star in that production as well. So now I'm still married to my high school sweetheart, Tony. And I remember when I was a senior in high school, he was already graduated from high school early, and he had joined the Air Force, and he drove all the way from Utah my senior year to take me to my prom. So, so he loves me, I love him. Still, we're in love, okay, in love. So anyway, we'll be celebrating our, I think it's 36 or 37 years of marriage. We have 2 adult children, Antoine and Brianna, and we have 2 wonderful grandchildren. So one other thing, oh yes, I am a member of Word of Deliverance, Ministry for the World Incorporated. I'm a praise and worship leader there. I'm an ordained elder there. I have undergrad degree, bachelor's degree in history, and master's degree in education. So I love teaching. I just love it. I try to get away from it, thought I didn't want to do it, but I know that it's a ministry and that I love to be around young people. I'm inspired by them. They're inspired by me. I transfer my energy and enthusiasm to young people, and I try to encourage them as much as I can. So I'm a contract teacher. I was a full-time teacher with Cincinnati Public, and now I'm with Princeton City School District as a contract teacher. Let's see. So the pageant has impacted my life. It gave me self-confidence. It boosted my my self-confidence, my self-esteem. It made me feel that there are so many young, beautiful women of color. And it's to express something valuable in themselves to the world. And we have a lot to offer to the world. And I believe I still have a lot to offer to the world. So in spite of, hindrances that might come about personally or professionally or otherwise. So my advice that I would give to young ladies that want to experience the pageant is to dream big, make big plans, network, show yourself friendly, set goals as to where you want to be in the near future, 3, 5, 10 years from now, and enjoy that opportunity, enjoy that experience, seek out opportunities for professional advancement. So that's what I love to do. As far as my life right now is be around young people to inspire them of all cultures. So right now we have a mixture of cultures in our country today. And so, I just love being around young people to inspire them to do their best, to be honest, to walk in integrity. So I have produced a gospel music CD in the past called Mystery of Godliness. And I also released a single called Heaven. I'm currently working on a gospel music CD at this point. So with COVID being in the play of things, we don't want to give credence to that, but it has slowed some things down. But nevertheless, we do bounce back. So thank God I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I am a COVID survivor as well. So to God be the glory. I love the Lord. He's ahead of my life. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Bridget, for sharing. Ms. Shanova, we look like we lost you, but you can go ahead and continue your thoughts.
Yeah, I want to apologize. I have these earphones in, and sometimes you touch them wrong, it knocks me off. So I apologize for
Hey,
that.
Shanoa.
Hi, Mr. Humphreys. How are you doing?
Good. 1994, Miss Black Cincinnati.
Yes, I am Shanoa. Then I was Shanoa Sykes, Miss Black Cincinnati, 1994. I was encouraged to enter this pageant by a previous Miss Black Cincinnati winner, Dawn Bozan. She and I attended the University of Cincinnati, the Conservatory of Music. I was a violin major. She was a trumpet performance major, and she was telling me about this pageant. And one of my main questions to her was, do I have to wear a swimsuit? Because, and honestly, that is probably the only reason or one of the biggest motivators for me entering is because I didn't have to wear a swimsuit. So that was a very pivotal year for me. I remember in terms of memories during that time, if you guys know who Omarosa is, who worked in the Trump administration, under the Trump administration, she and I competed the same year. And even though she has gone on to, be famous and a household name and, for positive and not so positive reasons, I was the one that won. So I like to kind of carry that on my shoulder a little bit. Other than that, I remember being part of the Cincinnati Jazz Festival shortly after that. And I got to introduce R. Kelly. And this was when he was first coming on the scene and kind of a new up and rising star. So I got an opportunity to introduce him on the stage. And then I also, part of the prize, or one of my prizes, was to make an appearance on Showtime at the Apollo. And I know that show has made a bit of a comeback, but I am so grateful. Steve Harvey was the host, and he mispronounced my name, and and I got to rub the log. And my mom even got a sweatsuit made. I'm not a sweatsuit, a sweatshirt made for me that said, "I didn't win, but I didn't get booed." That was one of the scariest moments of my life, but I got through it. I didn't get booed because I'm a violinist, and that's something that is even still to this day kind of looked as weird, being Black and playing the violin, and especially playing classical music. So fast forward to now, I am newly married. I got married Wednesday, actually, to the love of my life. I do have two children, Victoria, age 15, and Jonathan, age 13, from a previous marriage. Up until COVID, I was pretty much taught violin and viola, freelance musician, played in different symphony orchestras. I now live in Springfield, Illinois. So I left Cincinnati once I got my master's in violin performance. So from there, I lived in Iowa, and then I currently live in Springfield, Illinois. So it kept me out of the loop for years in terms of what the pageant was doing and is doing. And I'm grateful that Mr. Humphreys, some kind of way, always found my information, send me an email or send me, "Hey, we're doing this. Would love for you to be a part of this." And I apologize that I have not always been in contact, like I should, and I hope to do better in that regard. but I want to echo what I've heard regarding Mr. Humphreys. The pageant industry can be seedy and full of scandal and whatnot. And Mr. Humphreys always carried himself like a gentleman, as one lady mentioned, like a father. And I always felt safe. I always felt treated with respect. I always felt like, he honored me, not just as a young woman. I was 24 at the time. I'm 49 now. Um, and so I just appreciate his male, healthy male presence in my life. Like I said, in an industry that can be shrouded in negativity and scandal. So I'm so grateful to see that the pageant is still going. Thank you, Nailah, for doing this. And I don't want to talk too much, but that's, I guess, in terms of what I'm doing now. Uh, I started by teaching online classes on Black classical composers and musicians, and that has opened up opportunities for me to speak and facilitate diversity, equity, and inclusion workshops for string organizations and music teachers. And from there, I hope to go into life coaching for musicians and creatives. And so, kind of in a bit of a transition period right now to future ladies who hope to be a part of this. Just do it. I know for me, colorism has impacted my life. So I didn't think that a dark skinned girl like me could could win a beauty pageant, but I did. And so don't let anything stop you from not just entering this pageant, but just doing anything else. I like to tell my daughter that, Black women, to always bet on Black women. We're doing it in so many different areas, not only here in the States, but around the world. And so I'm grateful to be alive in a time where Black women are on the rise. And so you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I am a living witness of that and a firm believer in that. And with that being said, thank you so very much for everything, Mr. Humphrey.
Thank you, Shanoa, for sharing that.
You're
Last but not
welcome.
least, we have Ori. I think you're on mute, Ori.
Hello, everyone. My name is Uri Nyangane, and I am the Miss Black Teen Cincinnati 2017. As a young girl growing up, I have been bullied, teased, for the darker complexion I have. I'll go to places, people would just, stare at me or make mean comments. I remember being in middle school, and one of the girls just called my name, and I just turned around and she told me, you dark as, and said a cuss word, and it just made me feel so ashamed of who I was. And it's crazy because growing up in my country in Senegal, I was surrounded by people who was bleaching their skins, families, cousins, and it was just so ashamed till this day. It's a lot of women who are still bleaching their skin just because they look down on dark skinned people. They think that, our complexion is not beautiful. I remember in 2016 going to my village, and I remember going to one of the houses just to say hi to them. And I remember one of the ladies asking my mom, telling her she really got, even more darker, what happened, and make it seem like, I didn't came from America. And in my mind, I was thinking like somebody who came from America, how they supposed to look like. Okay, I'm supposed to be light skinned, and my dark skin was supposed to fade away. And all of those was just, made me feel really low self-esteem about who I am. You know, I didn't go out for any opportunities that I could do because, I felt like I was ugly, my skin color was not cute. I used to take pictures, and what I used to do to my pictures, I download like an app and just on those pictures to make myself look lighter in the pictures. And it was just so sad. So we always do an international dinner at our school, which is Withrow University High School. And when we did one of the events, and one of the teachers saw me, Miss Tasha Fleming, and she just a mother to me. I love her so much, and I thank her to this day and really appreciate her for giving me this opportunity. She was able to see me, I did a poetry and I was in the fashion show, and I inspired her when she saw me. She was like, there's a pageant that you can do and everything. So, I went back to her and I told her that I was really interested in the pageant, and she was able to pick me up for my rehearsals, my practice. Even when I won the pageant, she was able to be there for me every day. Every time I have an event, she'll be here to pick me up, drop me off to my event. It was just so amazing. And Mr. Humphreys, I thank you so much for being a second father to me, because during 2016, my father passed away in a car accident, and my mom, she's in Africa. And, it was really hard for me being here as a young girl, and Mr. Humphreys and Miss Fleming really stood out for me and was able to give me opportunities that nobody else was able to do that for me, and it was just so amazing. I thank them to this day. And right now I am married. It's been 2 years now since I've been married. I went back home 2019 and I got married. And I have a daughter who is 10 months. And when I went back home 2019, I was able to open up a store, my own business, and put my husband there to sell for me. And I had made a logo as a Black beauty, because it means so much to me. The things I had to go through growing up, people telling me I need to bleach my skin because my dark skin was ugly. And at the same year when I won the pageant in 2017, I was able to step up at Withrow University High School and go for homecoming queen. And all of this was the pageant that gave me the courage, the opportunities. I was able to step up, to tell people, hey, I'm dark skinned, and what I can do, anything that any other person could do. And I was able to do the homecoming queen, and I was crowned, I was crowned. It was shocking to me because no other African, stepped up and did anything like that. And I feel like it was the pageant that gave me the courage, to go ahead and do it. I felt proud of myself, and it was just so amazing. And for young women, I feel like everybody should go out and try out this pageant. The Miss Black Teen Cincinnati pageant is a really great opportunity, and it's just amazing. It helps young women with low self-esteem, to boost up their self-esteem, and it is just amazing. And I'm glad that I was able to do this pageant. I thank Miss Fleming and Mr. Humphreys and everybody, that was there to support us, to be there for us. And even after I did the pageant, I was able to go, for a modeling agency, John Casablanca, and wanted to, be a model. And when I did the interview and everything, it was just so amazing how everybody got sent home. And, I was the last one there just waiting patiently on them. And it was amazing how the lady, they talked out, and she was like, listen, you don't have to call us, you already got it. And it was just so amazing, but I wasn't able to go ahead and do that opportunity because, once again, it's really hard when, you here as a young woman migrating from your country, coming here and not having a mother by your side or a father or, anybody to help you with those opportunities. And I actually stepped away from that opportunity, but I'm really grateful for, everything that had been done since I been part of the pageant. And yeah, thank you, Nailah, for, doing this, giving me the opportunity. Again, I was really happy to take out my crown today to wear it because, I, I was gonna go ahead and encourage another young lady, another young woman who might watch this and feel low self-esteem about being dark skinned. And thank you very much. And I thank everyone in here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ori. Before we get to Mrs. Mims, because I would like for her to share some things about the pageant and her experience with being one of the staff members. And then Miss Angela will introduce her daughter, because she's actually not here with us today. She is the reigning Miss Black Teen Cincinnati winner right now. But I'll share a little bit about myself, since I mean I'm the host, but I mean I was Miss Black Teen Cincinnati 2015, so I guess that would be most appropriate. But you all know who I am. I was Miss Black Cincinnati, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati 2015. The pageant was a really great experience, and I would say it was the pivot point for my life. Without God, my mom, my family, and this pageant, I don't know where I would be right now, honestly, because they were a huge impact in my life. When I was in the pageant, I was attending high school at School for Creative and Performing Arts. I was a dance major. I danced in the pageant. And I had never thought about being in a pageant before. My mom kind of encouraged me to go through with it. She knew Mr. Humphreys, and she always knew about the Miss Black Teen and Miss Black Cincinnati pageant. She was like, you should compete in it. Mr. Humphreys is a great man, and he has a great organization. You should just be a part of it. And at that time, I really didn't know who I was. I had low self-esteem. I was kind of a tomboy. Didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. I was just kind of everywhere. So the pageant kind of horned that in for me and gave me the opportunity to actually see where I was going in life. So I won the pageant. I had a little, well, we're not gonna talk about that, but I won the pageant. And I won Best Evening Gown and Best Talent, and it was a great opportunity. And during my reign, I was able to participate in a lot of different things in the city. I was able to meet a lot of different officials. I believe at the Black Family Reunion breakfast, I had did a speech about Black history. I'm pretty sure it was, and I was scared to death. I didn't know what to do. Like, I had never given a speech before. It was so many different people there just watching me. And I was like, I do not want to jack this up. And at that time, I wasn't a comm major at UC right now because I go to University of Cincinnati. I graduate next month with a communication degree. At that time, I had no idea. Like, I knew how to talk, but I was like, this is scary. But I did it, and I got a standing ovation, and I was like, whoa. Like, I did something right. And then after that, everybody was just like, that was an amazing speech. And that was the day I was able to meet Mr. Curtis Fuller, who was also the MC, has been the MC for many years for the pageant. He came up to me, and that was an honor because I looked up to Curtis Fuller and Jan Michelle Lemon Kearney, because they're like, they're huge in the media field right now, and they're my mentors right now. So with him coming up to me, I was like, wow. He was telling me like, that was an amazing speech. And that was my senior year. So I was very indecisive of what I wanted to do going into college. And at that time I was like, maybe I should go into dance, but I didn't really know. I was just like, eh. But he was like, have you thought about a communication degree or journalism, going in that field? And I was like, yeah, maybe. Like, he was like, you should go into that field and try it out. I think that would be a good fit for you because you're a great speaker. You can talk very well. You just have that confidence, and I think you would do really well in that field. So Curtis Fuller is the guy who encouraged me to go into the field that I am right now. And I'm really glad that I went into communication, journalism, and PR field, because I just like learning about different people's stories and being able to, you know, talk in front of people and just have that platform to do that. That's why I did this today, because I wanted all of you to be able to share your stories. And all of you are wonderful women, and you all have a very significant story to share with others. So I enjoy doing that. But I've had the opportunity to, you know, intern with the Cincinnati Herald for a while now with Jan. She's been one of my mentors, Jan Michelle Lemon Kearney. She's allowed me to have this platform to be able to bring people on the show, you know, write stories for the Herald and just participate with them and what they do. And I've also been involved with other media organizations in Cincinnati. But ultimately, I'm very thankful for Mr. Humphreys. He's like another dad to me, dad number two. He always calls me, texts me. Like, I forget who said it. I drop anything and everything to be there for him, do this for him. Like, even getting this organized together. I enjoyed working with him to get this together, get all the pageant winners' numbers, because he had pitched it to me a little while ago, and I kind of like put it off, but I was like, let me do this, because this would be the perfect opportunity. Since it's Women's History Month, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to do this and shine light on all of you different women. So I'm really glad that we were able to make this happen. But ultimately, this pageant has got me to where I am today, and I'm so thankful for it. I received many awards from 2015 because I did so much community service. Like, I've never done community service more than ever since I was in this pageant. And that just allowed me to see so many different people in the city, meet so many different people that are my mentors today. So thank you, Mr. Humphreys, for creating this organization, period, and just allowing these women to have this platform to be able to, inspire other women, uplift themselves, and just, be great all together, because we have a lot of Black girl magic here. And I'm so proud of every single one of you that are on here today, and all of the winners that are not on here today, and just any women going forward that might even grace the opportunity to be in this organization. So thank you so much. But I ain't gonna talk y'all heads off because I'm the host here. I'm supposed to be coordinating this. So let's get back to Miss Angela. Can you go ahead and introduce Jayla? I almost forgot her name. Jayla.
Yeah, it's okay. Jayla couldn't be here today. That's my baby. Let me see. Can you see that? And that's an old picture. So Jayla was like the youngest person to ever win Miss Black Teen Cincinnati. She won in April and she had just turned 13 in February. And at that point in time, I kind of let her be who she wanted to be, because I realized you got to want this for yourself. So she did what she had to do, and she pulled through to be victorious. So I'm happy to say that she's a student at Cincinnati School for Creative and Performing Arts. She is a drama major, and she is always filled with drama. Much of what I see in her, I see in myself. So I do not fuss, I do not complain. I just know it's a process, and she will eventually get to where she needs to be. So just keep on praying for her, because I'm going to keep on praying for her myself. So that's it. That's Jayla. She's 16 now. She's a working woman.
The first mother and daughter combination winner.
Oh yeah, that's true. First mother and daughter combination, us. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Angela. Mrs. Mims, would you like to leave any comments for us today about the pageant? I don't know if she's there. Yes, sir. If not, Mr. Humphreys, I know you have some pageants coming up because COVID shut down everything. So obviously you weren't able to have the pageant this year. So can you tell us about the future pageants that are coming up? Because I assume you plan on doing that this year or next year. But can you tell us about those pageants, how, if anyone's listening today, how they can get their daughter, cousin, niece, or whatever involved in the pageant, and what the criteria are to be in the Miss Black Cincinnati?
Okay. First, I'd like to thank you, Nailah, for organizing this wonderful event. And I'd like to extend my best wishes and blessings to all the past winners of the Miss Black Cincinnati, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati pageant, and to all those that have joined in on this staff and those that have joined in on this event today. Currently, plans underway, Nailah. As of course, last year, we were planning on having our 40th anniversary and 30th anniversary for both pageants. But with the COVID, it kind of changed things. So we're looking for the weekend of October the 1st, 2021. On that Friday evening, we will have a reception for our Alumni Association, as well as my staff. I would like to pick it'll be a special recognition evening to recognize all the many people that have worked with the pageant over the years, and all the past contestants that are available alumni to come out and celebrate. Then we'll be looking to have the 41st annual Miss Black anniversary celebration of the Miss Black Cincinnati, and the 31st anniversary of the Miss Black Teen Cincinnati pageant to take place on that Saturday afternoon, October the 2nd. The location for the pageant is still pending right now, and but the reception is already set. A location is going to be at the Word of Deliverance, church, where the reception will take place at. So if anyone is looking to know anyone that will have a daughter, niece, granddaughter, or someone that would like to sign up or register for either the pageants, you can always call 368-8108 or call the Cincinnati Black Theater Company. That number is Let me see.
241-6060.
Oh,
Or you can email, Mr. Sherman's Cincinnati Black Theater Company. There's the capability of also emailing Mr. Humphrey is the calling king. Also, email is available, and the registration begins May 22nd.
Yes.
May 22nd. And so, by that time, Mr. Sherman will have all the pertinent information, and hopefully you'll be able to download it. And you can just please start recruiting now and start talking to your young women in church, school, and the community, and look for specifically look for those young girls that are struggling. I mean, we want everyone, but there's so much information that's come out of COVID about teen pressure and peer pressure. And we've always had I remember Nailah, I had to ask her mom to go sit down and let her speak for herself respectfully. The first time she came out, and look at her. I mean, she's just blossomed, and we're so proud of you. So I just wanted to make sure that we gave the registration date, and I'm out. Mr. Humphreys and Mr. Sherman, anything else on that?
Well, I don't have anything on that, but yes, we'll have the information. There should be a page that'll go up on our website, CincinnatiBlackTheater.org. And so there will be a page specifically for that's dedicated to the pageant. So once we get all the information, we'll get it uploaded and let you know. The other thing is someone mentioned about this. You were correct when you had mentioned that this should be something not just local, but that should go nationwide. We do have an opportunity to do this again at a later date. And after I talk to Dr. Humphreys, then we'll reach out to you guys again and Shireen and let you guys know when that date is. I've been working with the Wiggins company, and they're a company that distribute information all over the world. So we should have a large audience when we do this. So there's a format that's already in place. A good friend of mine that named Don Mack, we're going to do his show, and then we're going to have a large audience that we're going to be reaching. So when we do it, all I can say is just get ready for the second go around, but it's going to be a national thing, international thing. So I just want to let you guys know that it's in the works, and it's going to be coming down the pipe really soon. So we're looking forward to doing this again with you guys.
Well, look at that. A part 2 is coming. But I'm not sure if you guys mentioned this, but what is the age criteria? Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people ask what age they have to be for the teen and the adult pageant. Yeah, somebody.
Yeah. 13 through what, 20?
For the teen pageant, it's from ages 13 to age 17. And for the Miss Black Cincinnati, it's from age 18, a high school senior or graduating senior, up to the age of 24.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Humphreys. Okay, so I don't want to keep everyone for too much longer. I do have a slideshow to share with you all and everyone that is watching and whoever watches the rerun, just to give everyone a glimpse of the Miss Black Cincinnati, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati life. What we do, what we look like, what we participate in, and so on and so forth. But before I get into that, I would like to wrap things up. Would anybody else like to share anything briefly before I wrap things up and share the slideshow?
I just want to make a quick announcement so that we can do this again and continue this camaraderie. Please put your info in the chat so we can build a directory and update it.
Thank you, Mika, for sharing that. Definitely do that. And I'm sure Mr. Humphreys has another list of winners that were not here today that can participate in the part 2 that we'll have down the road. But anyway, I really enjoyed the opportunity of being able to speak to you all this morning afternoon. So thank you again for being here with me. I really hope that everyone listening enjoyed the interview and learned a lot about the pageants and these queens and kings that are here with us. So everyone, please be sure to support the pageant. Get your daughter, your cousin, your niece, any young lady that you know involved with the Miss Black Cincinnati, Miss Black Teen Cincinnati pageant. Mr. Humphreys, they already mentioned the contact information of where to go to get them involved, how you can contact them. I believe you can go to the Cincinnati Black Theater Company's website and it'll have all the information there for you to get her involved in the next pageant that's coming up. But lastly, Asia Harris will be the influencers host this evening, so be sure to tune back in at 6 p.m. if you would like to hear about what Asia and her guests are going to be doing. She does book reviews, so if you love books, be sure to tune in later. Also, be sure to check out the Influencers Show on the Herald TV YouTube channel. This show will be on the Herald TV YouTube channel in a couple days. So if you want to rewatch it, you can go to YouTube, or it'll be all over Facebook. I already saw we have a lot of shares today, so I'm sure this video will be all over Facebook. So if you missed it, go back and watch it. Be sure to like the Cincinnati Herald on Facebook and follow us at Cincy Herald on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, you can visit thecincinnatiherald.com. Thank you to everyone that tuned in today, to the influencers. Thank you to all the queens that participated today. Thank you to Mr. Humphreys. Thank you to Mr. Sherman. Thank you to Ms. Sharon, all the ladies that had to jump off. Thank you to all of you. And just have a very blessed rest of your weekend. Love and peace, everyone. And I'll go ahead and share the slideshow. So if you guys want to stay on and watch it, feel free. But after it ends, I will just end the show. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Nailah.
Thank you so much. It was great seeing you all today. So hold on, I'll get this slideshow booted up for you guys so you can watch. Where is it? Cool. All right. Can you guys see my screen, by the way? Somebody? Okay, thank you. right, so that's just a glimpse of what the Miss Black Cincinnati and Miss Black Teen Cincinnati life is. So if you're on the edge about considering it, there you go. That's what we do, and it's super fun. So definitely sign up and get involved because it's a great opportunity. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, Mr. Humphreys. Thank you, Mr. Sherman. And that's
Job well
it
done,
for
Nailah.
today. See you guys
Thank you.
later. Thank you.
Thank you, Nailah. See everybody. Take care.
All
We'll be
right,
in
thank
touch.
you.
Bye bye.